The Oakton Church of the Brethren started at early 2014, and we have discovered a couple of things that were very helpful in our conversation together about the future. One is that we liked small groups, and these groups were 3 or 4 people in size, and those conversations took place much more naturally because of that. And some people described that as feeling that was safe space, and that became a very important aspect of our conversation. It also introduced us to the idea that maybe we should keep doing this, that maybe these small groups serve a broader purpose as well. So we're looking forward to that in the future as well. Our district was sponsoring a workshop to introduce the concept, and I attended that back in late 2013 and was introduced to the idea, brought that to the board, and suggested this was a good thing to do. We also had heard of several other congregations that were doing that, and were finding success in that kind of conversation, but also in using those tools to look to the future. I think the surprises were the way in which the Lectio Divina type of reading of the Scripture, taking the same text and coming back to it again and again, opened the door to new interpretation, new understanding, and very importantly, that Bible study didn't need to be scholarly Bible study in order for it to speak. And so the surprise was that each person around that circle, around that scripture, that text, was able to kind of interpret it without apology for their maybe ignorance or their inability to speak Greek or any of those kinds of things. But it was a kind of a sense of each voice then was able to come to that text afresh and be valued equally around the circle. A less formal kind of Bible study that was really more open-ended. And that was a surprise, I think, to us all. In that that conversation could yield all kinds of exciting things. Well, we were very deliberate in our congregation about asking the church board and the church deacons to provide the leadership for each of those small groups, so that in those conversations they were able, in their leadership role, to filter some of the things they were hearing and say, oh, this might be something we need to talk about more deeply. And then those who had volunteered to be leaders from those key leadership groups were part of the deacon and board retreat that then helped to set up what do we want to do next in our congregation. That tool, it was a structural tool, but that also then helped us provide a continuity between the small groups and choices towards the future.